guys, and welcome back to another Josephine's Creations video. And in today's video it will be another make with me type style vlog where we will be making an item, going through the entire process, giving you tips along the way if you plan on making this as well, and just my feedback in general on either the pattern or the tutorial based on what we are making. And in today's video, as you probably saw from the title, we will be making this swirl sweater by, just put the name of the creator here, I don't know what it is. There is no written pattern for this, which I was quite sad about because I really like following a written pattern more than actually like watching a tutorial. That's just how I personally learn best. When I was starting out, up until like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago, videos were always my go-to. So I get that like it does say beginner friendly pattern and whatever, and like I do get that that's why she might have not made a pattern for it, because a lot of beginners learn better by listening instead of reading. But once I got really into the swing of crochet, I found out it was easier once I understood how to read patterns, to read the pattern and not always have to reference the video in a place where I can't necessarily play a video, such as going out to eat or shopping. You can't really just take out your phone and start playing a YouTube tutorial. Anyways, I would like to show you my progress so far and my thoughts on it so far. And I have here what I have done so far, which I think looks really good at the moment. Look, this is the swirl pattern that I've got going. It's like, it's not all too big, but as you can see, there are no sides to weave in. The way that she does this pattern is actually insanely intuitive, which I would have never thought of by myself. So I really do recommend that you watch a tutorial, but it does get really confusing. A lot of the comments on the video are like, oh, remind me never to like drink while trying a crochet pattern again, because this pattern is like, it's confusing to begin with. Once you get into the swing of things, you know how to change the colors to make it look like a spiral, it's smooth sailing. But before that, it is really quite a pain to keep starting and stopping the video and trying to check where your stitches are, and there are loads of stitch markers involved. But so far, my thoughts are mainly, I really like the yarn that I picked out, which isn't an acrylic. It's like a nice mohair, like tubular blend, which I think actually is a lot better than like acrylic to use for this pattern, because it makes it a lot more like flowy and less like stiff, like crochet can usually be if you don't use like a really loose stitch with acrylic. So I think that is something to keep in mind. But apart from that, everything's going smoothly. It was a bit confusing at the beginning, but I'm getting the hang of it, and this is how much we have already done. I will check in with you guys in a couple rows time and just show you my progress before we split into actually making the square. So what I wanted to say in this clip was, this is how much I have already done. I finished the front panel and I am now going to start on the sleeves. Yay! Hi, welcome to a mini update. I hope the last clip was of me finishing this panel, which actually turned out insanely good. I freehanded the corners, but apart from that, I think I did really well. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. And I think we started the first sleeve. If you're wondering why I wasn't talking in those clips, it was because I was obviously traveling, as you could see, or just tired or sick. Luckily, I'm better now as we speak, though the colds have still been going around, so I don't know how it will be in the future. But we have finished that said sleeve. This is 35 rows of double crochets with 47 stitches wide. I think this turned out really nice sleeve. The lighting is not doing it justice, but it actually makes it look like there are a few different shades of green in there, but I promise it is all the same color. And this is what it sort of looks like. This is the lengthwise. I sort of put it on before. That's about the length. Though I do intend to do some ribbing if I have some yarn left over in this nice brown color. I do still have to sew up the sides of this sleeve, though I will do that. Look at this panel. I will do that once I finish the other sleeve, so I'll get back to you when I have done a duplicate and we now have two. Hi, welcome back to another clip. If it looks like it's the same day, it's because it is. We just finished this second panel. Oh look, it could also be part of the top instead actually, but it's so cute, so coquette. Then we have both panels completed, and that is 2 panels worth of sleeves like that, and 1 front panel, and we will get started on the back panel. So we have just gotten started on that back panel, and this is how much we've got in, like, I think 20-30 minutes, which is a good amount. This is the width across my back. That's how much we will be doing. It looks a little bit short, but I assure you it is the right length. Anyway, this is just plain double crochets because I did run out of the green color, but I did that sort of on purpose, if you could say, because I can have it like a reversible sweater now. I can have one side, I can have spiral, and on the other side I can have it normal, just like with the multicolored sleeve, which I think will look really cool. One thing to say though, to note, I completely free-handed these sleeves, so I have no notes or validation for the patterns sort of version of the sleeves. These are just how I wanted my sleeves, and I knew it from the get-go, so I just started whipping them up as soon as I had finished the first panel. Though these are not actually in the video, I don't know, because I didn't watch that far, but those are my sleeves. They're very simple to complete if you completed them my way, which is just double crochets all the way along, 35 rows, and then sew it together at the end when you've got all panels assembled. That is easy, but I cannot vouch for the pattern itself, as I did not get that far in the video because I was impatient and also wanted to do it a way that I knew would work for what I wanted to do. So we will make some progress on this back panel, which I think is working up like really fast compared to the front panel, and then we will check back in. So we are back. Between this clip and the last clip, there has been a day in between, and we are finally finished with all the panels, all the sections. So here we have both the sleeves ready to go, ready to be worked with, sewn up along the edges. Here we have the body, which I just finished, the body on the back, which will look like that, sewn with the other piece, the spiral piece at the front. I had to clip that so I could go find this piece, which is of course the front panel, so we will sew that with this panel here to create this one back, one front, like that, and then 2 sleeves. Well, it works in principle. Anyway, this is how much yarn we have left to do sewing, to do ribbing, to do whatever. So my thoughts are, my idea is, I can insert a picture here if I have one. that I will sew along the sides, and then if I have enough yarn, because it's a constant game of yarn chicken with Josephine, I will do some ribbing depending on where I feel it would look best with how much I've got left at the end. So without further ado, I want to go into a montage of me sewing. So I just did that time lapse, and if you watch that, you would know that we have now finished one sleeve. It is all sewn together. We were la la. And now that we have one sleeve, we need to do the exact same thing one more time. So I will go do the next sleeve, sewing it all up, making sure it looks preppy, and then we will go into another clip where we can sew the body with the sleeves together and then do a try on. Because this is looking great at the moment, and I did the whip stitch, which is the first time I've done the whip stitch. I know how to do the mattress stitch and the basic stitch. I don't know what it's called, maybe put it on the screen here, but basically those are the only two stitches I know, and I'm always happy when I can learn a new technique while doing something that's pretty basic. In this case, double crochets for the entire thing apart from the front. So I'm very happy with how that turned out, and that I got to learn something new. I will update you guys when I finish the next sleeve. It is quite late, so this video quality is going to be absolutely dreadful, but I just had to show you. I did a little bit more than I said I would, but I mean, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I will be wearing it all the time, and I love the back, if you can see that. And it's just a reversible, so I can wear it on both sides. That the way it sits right there, and the way it sits right there, so I can hug my sleeves. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. We have loads of ends to still weave in, and then we decide on ribbing or not to rib. I think I might around this neckline, as it is a bit, I don't know, wide. But other than that, we're finished, and I will see you tomorrow for weaving in the ends. So, update for you guys. Yes, this is me with it on. The next morning, I just did 2 half double crochet rounds around the neck, and I think it looks a lot better. I also sewed these shoulder seams up, which I think you saw, and I am so proud, so happy with how it's looking. I am just so happy, so pumped. I think I will do one more row on the sleeves if I have enough yarn, but in general I love this so much. Weaving in the ends is going to be a bit tricky. Lucky for me, I changed colors to the point where I didn't have to cut off the ends, and I figured out a way to do these stripes without having to cut all the ends off all the time. So that's really good for me, but you can see there are ends sticking out here, there's an end sticking out here, blah, blah, blah. We need to get to that, and then also just do 1 or 2 more rows on the sleeves. Right now how it's sitting, this armhole over here is a tiny weeny bit tight. This one's really good, this one not so much. But I think with blocking, it will definitely get a lot better. I love how it feels, how it looks. It's not very itchy. I feel like it's one of the softest wools next to the red wool that I worked with for that V-neck sweater that I created. That's the second softest wool that I've worked with so far. And I'm really pumped because I got to use a new sewing technique, which was the whip stitch, which I have never used before. And this is my first true crochet sweater, apart from that heart sweater that I just completed in last week's video that was more of a cropped situation. So I will do 1 more row on the arms on both sides, and then I will get back to you guys and take these stitch markers out. We are officially done with this sweater, and my gosh, I love it. I will literally be wearing this all the time. I think it's, I love it, okay? And I just weaved in all the ends. You can see in there, nothing to be weaved in. That took me ages, so there's that. And now I'm going to wear this for the rest of the day and probably the rest of my life, edit the thumbnail, whatever. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video because I really enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.